Now, breaking a habit can be as difficult as getting in the ring with Mike Tyson with one arm behind your back. But don't worry, lads, Fume has got you covered. Because not everything in a bad habit is wrong, so instead of drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from the habit? And Fume is an innovative, award-winning flavoured air device that does just that. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavoured air. And instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses delicious flavours. And your Fume comes with an adjustable airflow dial and is designed with movable ports and magnets for fidgeting, giving your fingers a lot to do, which is helpful for de-stressing and anxiety while breaking your habit. And I love these flavours. This is crisp mint, which is one of my favourites. And you can imagine if vapors are like a sticky, sugary soda, this is a lot more like a healthy tea. Not as sweet, but a lot more natural. And also just the look and feel of this thing, you can fidget with it and keep your hands occupied to sort of not go back to the bad habit. And you know these pens that people have, they're like shiny, and to be honest, they're not as cool as this. This is wood grain, baby. Wood grain. It's a bit more mature. And Fume have sent me a journey pack, which is the ultimate starter pack if you're trying to break a habit. So get your year off to a good start by going to tryfume.com, that's tryfum.com/true to get your journey pack today. And in order to make starting the good habit even easier, Fume is giving you 10% off when you use my code TRUE, that's true, all block capitals, at checkout. So big thanks to Fume for making us all a little bit healthier, but for now, enjoy the video. Right, lads, we are here to predict the remaining games of the Premier League title race. We're going to do Liverpool's remaining games, Man City and Arsenal, to figure out who is winning this Premier League title. We're going to start with Liverpool's fixtures. First one, Nottingham Forest away. All agreed?
Yeah,
I think they win. I think they win that.
Easy one. All right.
Yep.
I'll let Josh do the adding up, mate.
Yeah. Thanks.
Man City at home.
Do you know what? Just because it's part of the sort of like Jurgen Klopp farewell tour, it's his last time against Pep at Anfield. I think they win it.
I'm going to go along with that. I think they win it as well.
Really? I had this down as a draw. I think it'll be a
Hold on, just quickly.
game.
Sorry, how far away is that game?
That game is on March the 10th.
So who have they got back? Will they have Salah back? Will they have Alisson back?
Oh,
back?
definitely.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Liverpool win there.
Yeah, I'm going to live for win.
I agree. Maybe we're riding high off of that FA, like off the League Cup win, but like it's the way I feel right now.
Football is a bit cyclical, isn't it? In the way that like they'll have this big high, and then I feel that there could be a sort of a sting in the tail against City.
You're right.
We'll go for a win.
We'll go with it though. Everton away.
Now, can I just say on this Everton away, this is 3 days after they've got a Europa League game.
Everton are battling relegation as well, right? So they're going to be giving it everything they've got.
And it's that good as Park. I'm people are going to be looking at this going, you've just predicted them to beat City at home. Now you're not going to beat it. I think it'll be a draw at Goodison.
I initially, when I was writing down the results, I had this down as a draw.
Yeah, go on then.
I just think they absolutely destroy Everton. Like, how are Everton scoring? So do you think it's a 0-0?
Kicking it in the goal hole.
1-1.
What's that usually score?
Are you going to say? So we're going to say a draw.
Do you know what it is though? In my mind, I'm thinking back to back City and Everton. At some point, you're dropping 2 points in those.
Yeah.
So
that's why I put.
I
City
think
as
they
a draw.
win one or the other, but to win both is a hell of an ask.
So that's why I think it's more likely that the City game is a draw.
I think they beat City at Anfield, knowing the occasion, how big it is. And then I think this is the one where they suffer a little bit of a come down. Like you say, Europa League. I think the Everton match is the one where they draw.
Okay, you've made a really fair argument there.
Good
Brighton at home.
Easy win.
Easy win.
They beat them.
Okay. Sheffield United at home.
I think that could be like a 8-0.
All right, Man United away.
I think
they go to Old Trafford and beat them.
I do too.
I really do think they go. And when I was sort of totting up my scores from this run-in, I think a lot of people go to Old Trafford and win in this run-in. So,
you know what it is though? Like, Man United have those players that can hurt you, but like logically, with the way the teams are playing, Liverpool should batter them. But Man United are that. They can play so shit and still nick a point or nick 3 points.
Do you remember when Chelsea had that awful season, right? And we finished 10th, but we were able to take some...
This season? Last season?
No, not last season. We were able to take some sort of satisfaction in that season because we stopped Spurs winning.
No, I hear you. That's in my head. Like,
could that be the vibe at Old Trafford around that game?
I'm sure it'll be like, we've got to stop Klopp getting this fucking title because of the last time no one was there to celebrate. So we've at least got that.
It's the 6th of April. Will United have a few players back by then? Could Martinez be back?
Do you know what I think? The motivation for Man United, though, I'm not sure how great it'll be at that point. Like, that was the one thing when Newcastle played Arsenal. Our season's over. I don't know how much Man United will have left to play for, and I think the momentum will be too much.
Hoyland will be back.
I don't think
I'm going Liverpool win.
I'm going Liverpool win.
I'm going Liverpool.
Liverpool win. Fine, yeah, Liverpool win.
Palace at home.
Yeah, Liverpool win.
Do you say that though?
Well,
no.
Not even that. Just Liverpool against Palace, Cristambul. I don't know, mate. I'm like, it could be a draw, that one. But if everyone wants to have a win,
it's at home.
Yeah, let's have a win now.
There's a couple of away games coming up. There's Fulham and West Ham.
Fulham away.
I'm going to go win.
I go win for that as well.
West Ham away.
I've said a draw for this one.
I'll go with you on a draw.
Yeah, I think West Ham could be coming back into form at that point.
Really?
I feel like it's a win.
West Ham have conceded a lot of goals late. I mean, as we're making this, they've conceded a lot lately, West Ham, and like
they might not even have the same manager by then.
But what I think is that they'll have, like, they're having a downturn in form at the moment. They're going to eventually sort of level out and come good.
You can level out and come good somewhat, but does that mean you're going to do it against the
London Stadium
for the title? Leveling out and coming good means that, like, this time round you beat Brentford or you beat Sheffield United.
Do you know what I was thinking? They've got Spurs in the next game. That was the one I was more worried about for them.
I think they beat West Ham.
Let's be honest, guys. We've literally gone through and we've said win, 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 win. It's very unlikely that they're going to just breeze through all of these teams. There's going to be one result where they step up, and that's why I'm going West Ham in this one. I think
said Liverpool got Spurs in the next one.
I think both of them.
At home, Spurs is at home.
I think both of them will be a draw.
Spurs are a very good attacking team.
Okay, well, do you know what? Should we say a win against West Ham, but we'll say a draw against Spurs?
That's
what I think. Points at both. Yeah, I think they drop points at both. Because even Spurs at home, they are the sort of the kryptonite to Liverpool. They're going to attack so high, like they're going to give them a lot of trouble.
So for me, looking at those two games, my feeling there is the West Ham game is 3 points and the Spurs game is a draw.
I'll agree on that.
Yeah,
I'll back Joey.
All right,
Villa away, Wolves home.
2 wins.
Yeah,
I think so.
Agreed.
I think they could draw the Villa game.
They could, but Villa lost 3 in a row at home recently, and that sort of stained the way I look at them as a fortress, because it was a fortress for like 11 months.
Yeah.
And then they dropped.
At that point in the season, Villa are going to be fighting hard for Champions League. They're going to be competing with Spurs. United could be up there fighting for that.
Not to mention the competition they are in. They're still going to be in that Europa Conference League around that time.
I think Liverpool will go away to the final of the Europa League. Now, where those fixtures fall, we're not 100% sure yet. But one thing we should say with Liverpool, they're going to be competing for 3 competitions. I think they're going to go far in the FA Cup as well. That point of the season, that could be where fatigue really.
Do you think one defeat in these is a suggestion that worth making? Like, because right now we haven't predicted them to lose any games. Do we throw in a Villa defeat just to cut them a bit of slack?
If there is to be one, it won't be at Anfield. I think that if they're going to lose, it'll be away from.
So if we suggest Villa away as a defeat, Wolves at home this is the thing though. The last 2 games, Klopp is the best mentality guy out there.
I just think Villa have got less to play for at that period of the season. They'll most likely have qualified for the Champions League at that point. I think, unless they drop out.
If Spurs win their next game in hand, they're 2 points behind Villa, so it would be them neck and neck.
It depends if there's 5 places. If there's 5 places, then they'll be absolutely solid.
Let's say we don't know.
What should we say then for the Villa game? Should we say Liverpool win it or draw it?
The reason I was suggesting we throw in a defeat isn't because I think they're going to lose, but I think that the likelihood is, if we're trying to predict something, expecting them to win what looks like 10 games, just looking at it quickly.
Yeah. We're saying they're going to go unbeaten.
I don't want to make this really awkward, but if I'm looking at their running now then, and we are admitting we're going to throw in a defeat in there, I think it happens in either the Man City or the Everton game.
Right, fuck it.
Or the Spurs.
I'm happy to say they don't lose if you want.
Oh, wow, okay.
I'm only saying that because they don't look like losing.
No, I kind of agree with you.
I think we could go Villa as a draw.
Villa draw, and then a win in the final.
Okay.
Yep. All right, okay.
Okay.
That kind of goes with what we were saying, right? On to Manchester City. Man United, home.
Come on.
Yeah.
That could be a cricket score.
Okay. We've said Liverpool away, they lose.
Yeah.
Brighton away, win.
Do you think so? Bear in mind, they've got a lot of games in that period. They'll have done Copenhagen away in that.
I just don't have faith in Brighton.
Look at the games to come. They're winning Brighton.
Yeah.
All right.
They're winning Brighton.
But then it's Arsenal at home, which is a big one.
I'm going with the draw in that one.
As an Arsenal fan, the one thing I think we can do this season is beat teams like that, but we've not done it at the Etihad in so long.
So hard to do. Like, I think you guys are the best opponent for them in terms of like style for style.
Yeah.
Like, and you know them so well with Arteta, but yeah, I agree. A draw, I think, is fair.
I think City beat them.
Yeah.
At home, at the Etihad, I think City win that game.
I think this is too soon after seeing my team, Chelsea, go there and get a draw, and I just sort of look at Arsenal and I'm like, you can get a draw there.
Arsenal, most likely at that point, are going to be behind Man City and Liverpool. The pressure of chasing is going to be on. They're going to need to win that game.
I think
Arsenal's form would show they prefer chasing.
Yeah, I think
if you look at Arsenal over the last 3 seasons, I think they prefer it.
Yeah, I think if Arsenal were out in front, I'd be more convinced that they'd bottle it, actually, which is a weird thing to say. But
so we're going draw, are we, in that game?
I'm happy to say a draw if you are.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Villa at home. You got to remember, like, Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland at this point should be like...
I don't think Villa have the same allure as they did sort of 10 games ago. I think they've dropped in form slightly. So, yeah, I would go win for that.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
All right, everyone's agreeing. Palace away.
Yep.
Draw. They don't like Palace.
Right.
New manager bounce is the only thing that I'm questioning now. Like, Glasner's
new manager bounce will have worn off by them, mate. That's like 6 games in for him or something.
It lost that long, mate.
Not when you're manager of Palace.
Are they going to have... They're not going to have a lead.
Can I just say, this is 3 days after they do Villa at home. They've got to travel to Palace.
I'd say Man City win.
I would say Man City win that game.
I'm going to agree with it. Even though I see exactly where Jacob's coming from, I just feel like if I was to bet on this in any other given day, I would say City win. So, yeah. Is that right?
Yep.
Luton home.
Win.
Spurs away, which is a particular tricky one for Manchester City.
I've said that Spurs are going to win this game.
I think Spurs will win it.
Yeah.
I think Spurs win it.
Fuck, I know.
That's mad, isn't it? That is fucking mad.
Forest away, win.
Yeah.
Wolves home, win.
Oh, I don't know. Wolves are good, man.
I know they are.
That's the one where I'm like, 1-1 draw maybe.
No, they won't have anything to play for, Wolves, at that point. They'll be mid-table.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's a massive thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like Newcastle against Arsenal the other day, it was so obvious one team was playing for something and one team wasn't.
The on the beach factor is something that we absolutely have to consider.
Yeah, but then we've got to look at Wolves this season, man. Wolves have been good in some of the big games this season. I'm not saying they haven't been beat, but
it's Man City.
They've beaten City already. They've beaten City already.
Yeah, they have.
We'll vote now. Joey, what's your vote?
I'm going draw in that game.
Jacob?
Draw.
Win for City.
Bearing in mind, just quickly, spoiler, I'm looking at the last 2 games and I'm going win-win. So I'm going draw in that Wolves game where I'm looking at ways that, if we're being realistic, teams aren't just going to win every single game.
All right, I'll agree on a draw. Fulham away.
Win.
Yeah, the last 2 are wins.
West Ham home.
Yeah,
win.
West Ham.
Okay, all right. On to Arsenal. Sheffield United away. Win.
Cricket score.
Brentford at home.
Win.
Chelsea at home.
Win.
I mean, Chelsea at home, they win.
Win.
Just, I have to say that is one. I'm not just saying this because you boys are. That is one that concerns me a bit.
Yeah, it should do, because in the big games, Chelsea can be a bit of a prick.
Yeah, but I think at home we'll have enough.
We've already had Mikhailo Mudryk wonder goal against Arsenal. It could happen again.
We're pretty shit at the Emirates recently.
Man City, we agreed were a draw.
Yeah.
Luton at home.
Win.
Brighton away.
Win.
Villa at home.
Win. Villa at home at that stage of the season, that's when Emery starts to crumble a little bit.
Villa seem like they're a bit of a kingmaker at the moment. They're playing all of the teams.
Bit of a storyline there. Emery going back to the Emirates around that time.
I can totally imagine Emery being like the one to fucking derail the title race.
I think that'd be a
narrative.
I'm not being an Arsenal fan sitting here saying we're going to win every game. There's fixtures coming up where I'm going to concede, but it's not that one for me.
My vote is a draw.
I would vote a draw.
Okay, we'll go draw.
Wolves away.
Win.
Yeah.
Spurs away.
Draw. They did something to us at the start of this season. They made us look really ordinary. Really ordinary. Now, the thing is, we've clicked big time. Post-Christmas, post our little winter break in Dubai, we look seriously good. And at Spurs... I've got to say draw. Son always scores goals against us.
I've got a feeling it's an Arsenal win.
Oh, I like you, Joe.
I've got a feeling I would be going for Spurs in that game if I was a betting man.
Really?
Okay, so you're going Arsenal win. I'm going draw. You're going Spurs. Decider?
Draw. Bournemouth at home.
Win.
Man United away.
Draw.
That's a win.
Do you know why I'm going to say a win? I think Man United won't have anything to play for then, and I think the feeling and the mood will be quite low.
I mean, I don't know where we are in totals now, so I don't know what this is going to decide. That will be one of the biggest games of the season and of the last few seasons for Arsenal. It will be one of the biggest tests of Arteta, because on paper, we shouldn't just beat them.
You should smash them.
We should embarrass them at Old Trafford, and people are going to clip this and get ready for when we lose 1-0. But
I've had a Man United fan saying to me week in, week out that he really wants Arsenal to win the league this season.
Oh, well then.
Because when you look at it like that, right? If that's the feeling amongst the fan base a little bit, I'm not saying that that's going to translate.
Man United hate Arsenal.
Yeah, but Man United don't want Liverpool to win it. They hate Liverpool more, and they also don't want City to go 4 in a row, because at the minute City have levelled their achievement of 3 in a row. They don't want them to go above it. So realistically, yeah, pick your poison. But
should we say an Arsenal win at Old Trafford?
I think an Arsenal win
purely because I think Man United won't have anything to play for, and the mood will be low anyway at Old Trafford. Then Everton at home
win.
Right, let's tally them up with Big Josh.
Oh, mate, I'm so excited about this, because I have no. Do you know so basically in terms of my prep, I went through the fixtures, but I didn't count up totals because I wanted to find out on camera who I've predicted. I don't think we've predicted City to win this title.
So in third place, we have put Manchester City, only getting 85 points. I can't see that. I can't see that happening, to be honest.
It feels mental when you.
I mean, the fact that we've said that City are going to lose twice, and we're saying that Liverpool are going to go unbeaten.
Okay, who's the winner?
Can I just say, before Christmas, we all said on this table, we were like, I think it's going to be like a low points tally Premier League win, whoever wins it. Since Christmas, I think everyone's been good, but if there has been one out of the 3 teams that's looked ever so slightly more fragile, it is.
And before we even sat down and made this, I think it was you, Josh, who said you were completely not thinking City were going to win it, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, so who's the winner?
The fact that by the way, before we do that, the fact that we predicted Arsenal not to lose
the
entire game.
You love it. You're stretching this out.
I do love this. So in second
come on,
place,
Davina! Come on, Davina!
In second place with 88 points, we've got Arsenal.
On his final season.
89, is it? 89.
And Liverpool have 90.
90.
Fuck me.
I could see that. I really could.
What game is it that Liverpool win the title?
It would be the last game of the season because there's only 2 points in it.
If we're right and Jurgen Klopp is the winner on his final season, what does that do for his legacy?
It transforms it.
Yeah.
For me, and bear in mind, I don't think we're going to be talking about at the very least a double with the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
Looking at the FA Cup and the Europa League, I think they probably win one of those. If I was to put money on it now, if you said to me now, those 2 competitions, Europa League or FA Cup, do you think Liverpool will win one of them? I'd 100% put money on it.
Imagine a treble in your final season.
We're talking about a treble. Yeah. We're talking about a treble. And that is, if he walks away with a treble this season, it's hard not to look at his legacy in Guardiola's and go, if you'd have had Guardiola's budget and players, could you have achieved what he did?
I think you would have achieved at least that.
Who can say no?
Yeah. I already think that, but this would really confirm it, because before this season, I'm thinking, will they get Champions League? To come back with nowhere and to literally win a title would be outrageous.
I don't want to wind Liverpool fans up, but I still look at their midfield and I'm like, I don't know. I don't really get how I know they've got incredible depth in attack. I think they've done amazing things, like smart stuff with the defence. I think Konate is one of the most underrated players in the league, by the way. Stood next to Van Dijk. And Van Dijk has just cemented himself as one of the best centre-backs ever this season. But I'm still looking at that midfield and I'm like, you're doing so well with this team. They're overperforming.
Do you know how, when Alex Ferguson left, it was only once, the story was told a little bit more and a bit more context was added that we went, oh my God, it surprised us at the time that they dropped like a stone. But actually, when you look at the squad, the starting 11s that he was fielding and winning the league title within that final season, it makes sense. And I think we could see something very, very similar when Klopp goes.
You mentioned Sir Alex. He obviously, once upon a time, decided to quit, changed his mind. If you win a fucking treble, it's hard to walk away from that.
I've been thinking this a lot over the last week or so. I've been thinking, wonder if he actually goes. We've seen it with Sir Alex. He was saying he was going and then didn't. I'm not that sure. And I also think that they're listen, who wouldn't want to get the next appointment right? But they're going to be desperate to get this next appointment right. And I just think that there might be a thing as the clock ticks a little bit more where they might have to sit down with Jurgen Klopp. I'm sure they already have, but pull out every fucking stop.
Let's be honest though, there is 100% a scenario that Xabi Alonso goes to Bayern. That could absolutely happen. And we know that Liverpool have set their entire stall out to get this guy in. So if he does end up going to Bayern and that happens relatively quickly, then there's 100% a scenario, which Joey's saying, where Klopp could be asked to stick around.
Mind you, if they do win the title, if you're Xabi Alonso, you're like, fuck me, taking over that lot would be fun.
Do you know what? And this is like riding on the point you've just made, right? When like I'm fighting, before every fight, I'm like, mate, this is the last one. This is the last fucking one. I can't be bothered with all this anymore. Then you go and win it and you're like, mate, I'm going to have 20 more. You know what I mean? And it's like, this is what I'm saying, yeah? Yep. There's that chance, mate. Klopp goes and wins the treble and it's like fuck, am I putting my feet up?
I'd be so gutted. If he stays, I'm going to say this now, as a team that's competing with Liverpool for title, I'd be so fucking gutted. All season I've just been like, at least he's going to go. At least it's going to be over. Maybe Salah goes in the summer. If he stays... and Salah stays, fuck me, because the youth they've got coming through, like the players, the depth they've got in attack.